I can't hear you. It might be me. You can hear me. It's me. My audio's not coming through. I still can't hear. I don't know. Let me see.
Hello? Hello, hello?
Oh, I heard that.
Okay. There's a bit of echo on my side.
Uh,
Maybe too high. I can I can hear myself.
yeah. Um, that might be.
I can hear you. Are you coming through speakers at the other end?
How about now?
Hello?
Yeah, there we go.
Okay. And I can't hear myself. All right. Very nice. How you doing, buddy?
Great. How are you?
I am doing. You know what? I've got to be fully transparent here. Not I had a strange day today. Very strange. Almost it's a journalistic something to journal about and think about and not necessarily ruminate over, but certainly sort of unpack. Um, all started with losing my headphones. I couldn't find my headphones.
Yeah.
My ear
I would.
my like, my
I would
earbuds.
lose it. I would lose everything if I lost my headphones. I'd be really upset.
And it was almost like the slippery slope of all the other things. It's like, cognitive decline, uh,
Like,
all the way through. Why am I here? What am I
oh
doing?
yeah, oh yeah. I'm well familiar with that path.
And it it's interesting because it's like being on a fairground ride. You know you're climbing up to the top of the roller coaster to be plunged down,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
you can't stop yourself, but you still go through all of those emotions,
yeah,
so yeah, it
yeah,
was bizarre. I just went through a lot of it was a roller coaster of emotions. I found them in the end where
yep,
I least expected to find them, as you
yep,
normally do when you lose something.
yep.
um
I've been
and
with the headphones. I've been through that before.
yeah, and
Yeah,
it was like, and like, there was a relief, and then there was the kind of like the unpacking of all the stuff that's going on,
yeah.
and then you go, you know what, life's not so bad after all. It's not all. It's,
I I did a thing the other day where
hey
I was
Don.
Morning.
making my coffee in the morning, and my head was just not in it. And I have a reservoir at the back.
Mm,
It's a Keurig coffee maker, but it has a pot, like a full carafe
yeah.
pot. And so there's a reservoir at the back, and I grind my coffee, of course, And rather than dumping the grounds into the where the grounds go,
Mm.
I dump the coffee grounds straight into the reservoir where the water goes.
Oh,
Like, yeah, just wasn't focusing.
yeah.
And you talk
Oops.
about mad, like instantly. I was like, I had to walk away. I mean,
Oh,
like, I was so mad so fast. Yeah.
Wow.
And immediately, as soon as you do it, you're like, what am I
Yeah.
doing?
Yeah.
And I just I had to step away and, yeah, collect myself.
That's that I mean that's interesting. That's interesting. I mean, you didn't think of trying to save it or go,
No,
oops, and then
I
you
just
just
dumped it all in
literally
the
walked
sink.
away from it.
I walked away. Yeah, I had to like get myself together,
Yeah,
and then I went back and yeah,
and dealt with it.
yeah.
Well, I mean, you had the self awareness to understand that's your process, right? To walk away.
I was so mad, so mad.
Yeah, can you even save it at that point?
I
It's always the question.
probably could have. You bloom
Yep.
the grounds anyway. I probably could have dumped it straight into the filter. Like captured it because I have I don't use a paper filter. I have like a screen filter, and so
Okay.
I probably could have legitimately poured it right into the screen filter. Basically, everything would have gone through. The hot water probably would have got the enough out of it that it would have made it worthwhile. But I
There you
could.
go.
I mean, even after I'd collected myself, I still couldn't.
Yeah.
Couldn't think through logically. I was just like, try that baby out with the bathwater, like just literally.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
We use like when we make eggs, we have a little bottle that has like salt and pepper and spices in it,
Yeah.
nature's ingredients or something like that.
Yeah.
And the most recent one, even when you put it with the holes on it, it just pours out. So the first time we did it, it's just like, whoa! And now you're already in your eggs, and
Yeah.
you've just put a half a teaspoon, right?
Yeah,
On your eggs, it's like, whoa!
I've got a similar thing to that. So I have automatic grinder salt and pepper shakers. They're like battery operated. You put the chunks of sea salt and the chunks of pepper, the peppercorns, and then you grind them in real time as you use them. Well, the last salt we bought wasn't the big chunks of salt. It was like already ground. And I didn't know that. So that's what's in the grinder now. So the first time you go to, well, actually every time, because I haven't still got mentally in the habit of it. Every time I go to, it just pours out because it's like it's pre-ground and it's just coming right through the thing, Yeah. So my eggs have been super salty the last couple days. Yeah.
Yeah, we're trying to scrape it off.
We're talking about things that have annoyed us, I guess. I mean,
yeah, apparently.
But before you say hi, Tony, I just want to acknowledge Don. Welcome back, bro. How's the recovery going? I know you're.
All right, I'm sitting at my desk for the third day.
Nice.
So 3 weeks away, not able to sit for. Last week, after getting some oral steroids, I was finally able to sit for a little bit.
Yeah.
And I was able to walk and do a little bit of yard work the weekend. I mean, like just hold the trimmer, and I didn't get to mow the yard or anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's slowly coming. I'm up to about 5,000 steps.
Okay.
So it felt like about a 3-week coma. Just couldn't get off my back.
Wow.
But things are getting better.
That was sciatic nerve.
Yes.
Wow.
Yep. Somewhere I strained my back, and in fact, I had an MRI last Friday, and I'm trying to get into a neurosurgeon and see what they recommend. So, well, I don't like the idea of back surgery, but
yeah,
I don't like the idea of laying on my back either.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's tough. It's tough.
I'm a fairly active guy, going to the gym every morning, lifting weights, treadmill, working in the yard. So I'm just going to have to be more careful.
Yeah.
As my brother says, I need to outsource more, hire people to do my yard work.
Yeah, you can't outsource your life though, man. You gotta do it. You gotta do what you gotta do.
Yep. But you gotta put your effort where you really enjoy it, right? So hiking, bird watching, camping. We had to cancel 2 camping trips during this period. So that's frustrating, but
yeah,
my wife has been very good about it and not made me feel guilty. So
okay, good. Well, that's good. Yeah, don't add insult to injury.
That's right.
It's like pure salt in a salt shaker, right?
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Or coffee into the other part of your area.
Yeah.
But thanks for asking.
No, I'm glad to have you back, man. Yeah, it's no fun being out of commission. Tony, how you doing? No sound. Or speaker. Yes. Let's make sure we got the logistics going.
It's that day.
Yeah, it
is. Everybody has
the
audio trouble.
Yep.
Depends where it's coming from. You can hear us though, fine. Yeah. Yeah, not sure where that.
Yeah, I had to unplug my Yeti.
Oh right.
For some reason, Facebook Restream doesn't work with my Yeti.
How's that? Is that better?
Yeah. Gotcha.
Yes.
Am I the right way round as well?
No,
No.
you're inverted.
Right.
You're inverted. Mirrored. You're mirrored.
Okay.
You can take
I'll
if you take
be
the mirror
with
off,
you
I think that'll
shortly.
work. Oh, there we
Oh,
go.
yeah.
Now you're
Oh,
the
virtual.
There we are.
I was trying to read that word backwards. It's like,
Restream just works the other way around to most things.
yeah.
Right. Okay.
If it
Good,
looks good on the screen, you are good. That's what I've got to remember about Restream.
Right. Okay. Yes. Yes.
Everything
that's
else
true.
is backwards.
Yes. Yes. You're seeing yourself.
Everything backwards is the right way around. Yeah.
Mm.
Anyway, how's things, Steve? How's things with you? Tell us about your life. What's been going on with you?
I started by the whole slippery slope of not finding my headphones for like 3 or 4 days it was, and then all of that kind of culminated into sort of a it's not is it rumination? I don't think it's rumination. It just kind of piggybacked on other ideas of like, am I cognitive decline? Am I losing it? Why can't I find my headphones? Why am I so hung up on finding them?
You just buy some
it's
more.
not the be all and end all, but it's important.
That's what Amazon's for.
Just get more. Yeah.
No,
My
that's not
wife's
what
the same with her
Amazon's for.
glasses. She's like, I just buy another pair. She says, but then I'll lose them as well. I'm saying, but you'll find the other pair when you give yourself a chance.
Yeah. Well, I mean, giving yourself, give me, apart from the Amazon comment, but giving yourself a chance is part of the method in terms of, I gave myself, give yourself some grace. I try to do other things than look for the headphones. Although in the back of my head, I was still looking for the headphones. I'd turn a corner, I'd
I
lift
feel your
something up.
pain. I've got so many things I can lose. It's unbelievable.
And then you got to be okay with it, and then you think, well, should I be okay with it? And it just spawned a lot of other thoughts in that sort of psychological space. But all that to say, yeah, I'm not doing too bad. I've had some hip pain, which has been annoying me.
Yeah.
That's why I can empathize with Don being out of commission, because
It's horrible, isn't it?
it's taken me off of my bike and my jump roping. Just trying to get it. I'm walking better now, so that's been good. And I'm dancing tonight, so
What kind of dancing?
I've got it. It's kizomba. It's kind of
Kizomba.
it's kind of a slow. It's East African, Argentinian. It's got a kind of Argentinian tango vibe to it.
I've heard that dancing is better for your mentality / psychology than prescription SSRIs. Like, there's data that supports that dancing is like better for you than actual medication.
Dancing is good medicine, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And
You feel it.
dancing is good medicine.
Yeah.
Don't dance
What about-
bad.
Well, I was gonna say, what about that? I mean,
Well, bad dancing is probably good. Is probably okay medicine, but it's not that's like generic. You want top brand stuff.
It's two different types of fun, right?
Yeah.
Like playing and it being bad is one thing, and then like when you get good and you execute, like that's a whole other thing, right?
Yeah. Well, I was joking about good and bad. Good in my definition is not how well you dance, but how much you enjoy dancing.
Yeah.
Because I don't have to be a better dancer, but if I enjoy it more and I go there with a better attitude, then that's a good dance for me. Even if technically I'm not improved, but I enjoy the company, I enjoy the music, I feel it more. I'm more relaxed, and dancing is something that you have to relax into as opposed to sort of force yourself into, So it's got that's definitely got a lot of benefits to it.
So is that dancing with someone? Because tango is like, have you a partner?
Yeah, this is partner dancing. This is partner dancing.
Because that is dancing can be by yourself, but it can also different thing if you're bringing people into it.
Yes. Yeah. I don't like dancing on my own. You
dance in the kitchen?
Yeah, well, I practice. When my solo dancing is more practicing as opposed to sort of a dance routine. I'm not a performative
You're not
dancer.
a.
Yeah, no. I don't know what that was, Tony, but that's not me.
It's not me either. I think. I don't know.
but yeah, it's partner dancing is always it's always good. And it doesn't matter the gender of the partner. I mean, some of our classes I dance with other males because we just don't have enough numbers, to have. And so you dance as a lead and or the follow, depending on on the routine and stuff. So but yeah, just having that sort of establishing a connection with a context in which you're connecting, and then executing a move that you both have a part to play in. All of those things are great metaphors for um you know you know I guess connecting. And like I said, serotonin kicks in there, and
Yeah.
all the good hormones float
Well, and
around.
the rapport building from having to move in sequence, not in sequence, but in
Yeah, unison. Yeah,
in unison. Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
but it's different movements, but they're connected, right?
yeah,
Yeah, I imagine that's probably
yeah.
a huge cocktail of chemicals in the brain.
Yes,
So
yes,
how long have
yeah.
you been gazumbering?
Kizomba's my newest dance. Probably about it's almost a year now, I think. Yeah, it's about a year. Been salsa dancing longer. A couple of years now. Since I came to Lancaster. So yeah, it'll be a couple of years. I've been salsa dancing. Um, and then kazumba. I like the music. The music is much. I much prefer the music of kazumba. Um, although the moves are trickier in the sense that it's a lot more. It's intuitive. You have to kind of um, you're guiding your partner more through your frame. Then salsa's probably got more sort of functional steps. But they're both fun. They're both fun, and I dance with good people. I dance with fun groups. So that's part of the dynamic, is that you're connecting um, sort of on a social level with people. But yeah, that's interesting. You got to find that link to the dancing is better than drugs.
Okay.
Justin, my producer, is going to find that now and put it in the link.
What about dancing and drugs?
What was that, Tony?
Do what?
What about dancing and drugs?
Oh,
That's a whole different. So that's the next level.
that's definitely next level. Yeah. What partner?
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
my partner's an octopus. But yeah, yeah,
Because dancing was really unpopular for a while. I mean, remember when I'm an old guy, but when it was all punk and everything,
Mm.
I remember some people they stopped me in the car and they said, "Excuse me, can you tell me where this place was?" And I said, "What, the ballroom dancing place?" And they were like, "I mean, it's up there." They were like dying with shame. They had said yes trepidatiously, because like when punk was out, like you could be beaten up back in those days for going to ballroom dancing. I just went, "Yeah, it's over there." It's like, and they were like, you could visibly see them like, our secret's not been revealed. We've not been,
Found out.
But now dancing's like come back the whole way, hasn't it? Because like the 50s was all dancing.
Yeah.
The 60s was all shaking it free, and
Yeah.
then 70s was big trousers and
Disco.
went into
Disco,
punk,
yeah.
and then dancing was off the map completely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
and
Strictly, we have the Strictly
and now
Come
it's all
Dancing,
back with a vengeance. Yeah,
which is Dancing with the Stars. I think that's the universal phenomenon now, where people are social dance. It's funny because I went to a there was a wine bar restaurant that had DJing a dance floor, and it's a Latin restaurant, so they played Latin Cuban music, and people were very wary about dancing with someone. And it was interesting that I'll just show the link here, the lifestyle dance. It was very interesting that the younger folks were really wary about asking someone to dance. They would rather text somebody
Yeah.
than walk across the floor, or even just walk to someone next to them and sort of say, hey, I see you're tapping your foot to the music, I'm tapping my foot to the music, shall we tap our feet together to the music? And some of the Latin is sort of partner induced, so you can dance by yourself, but it's just nice to dance opposite someone who's pacing and leading or mirroring their moves. But it's really strange. I mean, there was a couple of ladies dancing by themselves, and then me and a young guy was there, and I said, let's go dance with those ladies. And it was like pulling teeth. He wouldn't move. So it was just kind of interesting that.
That's a modern thing too. Like you said, that dancing has been around for a long time. We went and saw the 20-year re-release of Pride and Prejudice. It was out. The one with Keira Knightley was out a couple weeks ago, and we went to the theater. And of course, they're all lined up. It's the 1800s or whatever. I don't even know the exact time frame, but they're all lined up at a party. Multiple parties they have in this movie, and they're all lined up and they all dance. Like the guys are like, "Can I have this dance?" And I mean that continued on, like you say, until now, until the last 10 years or whatever. It's really starting to fall apart. Yeah. Well, and like you see in the movies, I don't know, I've never experienced this, but you see in the movies, like you said, in the 40s or in the 50s, you turn up at a restaurant and people would dance, right? Like I said, I mean, you see that in the movies. I don't know if that was real or not, but it was portrayed that way in the movies, but that's not even in the movies now, right? Like you literally see text messages on screen in the movies now. Like that's an interesting segue, right?
Yeah. It's I mean, acknowledging the sign of the times that we're in, and that's fine. But there's a lot to be said for that interaction, to be able to engage with somebody. It's not offensive. It's not sort of sexually laden, or there doesn't have to be anything in it apart from, hey, we both like the music.
That's a bit like Pulp Fiction and the foot rub, isn't it?
I don't know what kind of foot
Please
massage you're giving.
explain.
No, surely you know that scene, Steve. The foot massage scene. And
but a foot rub. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. What kind of foot rub are you giving?
Well, you asked the girl to dance, for goodness sake. What did you think?
Yep.
But
just make sure her partner's not a gangster, right? That's the moral of that story.
Go, Don.
We definitely are worried a lot about how people perceive us.
Yeah.
Right? Get out on the floor and not a good dancer. You're going to be made fun of. How do you look? How do you dress? It's we've gotten so wrapped up in that, and which is funny, because in some respects, because we don't do things to fix what we think are our problems, we just hide from them.
The problem is all the young kids filming the problems on the dance floor.
That's right. Yeah, everybody's
They're all
dancing.
standing around going, "Go dance," and then they film it and all laugh. Send it to all their friends.
You'll be on Facebook or
My
Instagram
dad
the next
or
day.
whatever.
Yeah. That's interesting. That's an interesting mindset, though, in terms of, do you do things to fix it, or do you do things to hide it? If you got an awkwardness. That's why, I mean, back in the day, I used to go out with the wingman, right? You'd have a guy in your corner going, "Yay, let's do
Get
this,"
out
or,
there.
Yeah. I got your back. You can always come back to me. If they say no, you can come back. You got to save space.
What's the worst thing she can do? Well, it used to be, what's the worst thing she could do? Well, she'll say no. But now she could record you coming up and walking away. And if you take it, your buddy could, record you dancing and make fun of you. And it's like, well, now I'm feeding into that
Yeah.
hesitancy.
Mm.
My
But I like the way you
hesitancy
said
has
it.
gone up 1,000% listening to this. Yeah, yeah.
It'd be interesting to walk up to somebody and say, I see your foot tapping your foot. You obviously like the music. I like it. I just want to dance. I'm not looking for anything else.
Mm.
Would you be willing to dance with me? And see what people say.
Yeah, I do that I do that as much as I can in a non-verbal way. So, because that's a lot to actually say, especially the music's loud.
How do you do it non-verbally?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I do it. Because I'm aware. It's like you try and find some sort of resonance with somebody. Music's a good one because you can be on the same beat, not even the same frequency, but you're on the same beat. So I'd go out, and a lot of people nowadays dance. They will express themselves through music. They will move themselves as an expression of the music and be happy in their own space. And I can totally respect that. They're not obliged to dance with someone. If someone is dancing by themselves, they may want to dance by themselves, and that's totally fine. And I guess part of it is recognizing someone who is wanting to dance and has got a sense of I'm okay in my own skin, versus wanting to dance and looking for someone to kind of join them in that dance. And I think, guys and girls dance differently in that respect. I will dance, I'd dance 30%, hoping that someone asks me to dance, and we'll dance, 100% or whatever. We'll rather than me dance by myself 100%, like I'm practicing, right? That way I look like I'm practicing, therefore someone's going to leave me alone to practice the steps. If I look like I'm just sort of, moving, then I'm more likely to sort of attract someone else who is just moving, and then we'll move together. Especially, I mean, this in the salsa kazumba circles, people expect to dance with a partner. So it's a bit like back in the 50s or the 60s, when you go to a place to dance, you expect to dance with somebody.
Is it a class or is it just a gathering?
It's a social. These are classes and socials. Sometimes you start a social with a sort of a warm-up class. So that way, you normally circulate what the one or the other of the partners. So you get to dance with people, or at least say hi, and then I guess they size you up. People always size up and go, oh, they're a good dancer, they're at my level. I like the way they dance. They smell nice.
What's the age range?
Age range varies. We've got college students.
Oh, really?
All the way up to seniors.
Interesting.
And that's refreshing too, because it's nice to dance with the young people, because they it's not. I don't know if it's a matter of their age or whether their experience, but they have a freshness about the moves.
Yeah.
It's new to them, or they're trying to get them down. Sometimes they're having to unlearn solo dancing in order to learn partner dancing, which is interesting as well. You see that, and then you got some very seasoned dancers that sort of tone down how they dance in order to dance with you, and you appreciate that too. So it's but it's nice. Like I said, it's good medicine, man. It's good medicine.
I'm sure. Yeah, I've been thinking about lessons actually. Like there's an instructional place. I've been thinking about going and getting couples lessons. You might have inspired me to push that forward.
A regular class that has sort of 2 weekly or monthly socials where you don't have to be, you want to get over the hump of dancing with a partner. Have enough steps under your belt, if you like, to kind of just dance with someone. For me, that's the biggest thing, is that once you break that social ceiling in terms of dancing with somebody, the actual mechanics of dancing better feel like you're actually moving somewhere. I don't want to feel like I have to dance well enough before I can dance with somebody. I want to feel comfortable dance with someone first and then get better at dancing. If that makes sense. think
I
that's
just
the
hear
best
Whitney Houston. You said I want to dance with somebody, and that's where I'm gone.
I just wanted that. I won't even try to sing it, actually. That's not even because that will be recorded on this.
Yes,
Yep.
yes.
Then I'll have to, like Don says, I have to spend the rest of my day fixing it.
Yep.
But yeah, the other thing that's been busy on my radar is since you're asking me, but chime in on your stuff, is the cajon. I've been percussion. Cajon is a
Okay.
box drum. Tony,
Okay.
you've got that look to say what's a cajon.
Yeah, I was like, give me more.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you,
Yeah,
do you
it's-
have it with you?
I have it downstairs. It's a nice. Let me find a picture of it. It's a minor. It's a minor cajon.
You have a couple, right? You have like a travel and a more stationary
I
one.
had a travel one for the longest time. I bought that one, but it's it's a different way of playing, and I love the actual box that you sit on, and
What about your saxophone, Steve? What happened to that?
it's behind
Yeah.
me. It's behind me on the shelf there. Actually, the e-sax is behind me on the shelf,
Yeah, yeah.
and that's, like you said, that's interesting because the whole thing with let's just bring up real quick.
What is an e-sax?
An e-sax is a I don't know how to stick this picture in there. You can search
Don't worry.
Google cajon, CAJON, and then you'll find one. Oh, I just did we just drop?
There is so much to this person we call Steve Wright.
I'm telling you what.
Man.
I'm telling you what.
the
Dancing
e-sax is
musician,
the e-sax.
you know, podcaster.
Pastor. Probably a coach.
Oh yeah, he's doing the coding stuff with the kids. You know,
This is the device,
Hmm.
and it's got the table like an e-sax, like a saxophone.
Okay.
So
Oh.
it's the fingering is a saxophone. The nice thing is that the mouthpiece is not a reed.
Hmm.
Okay. Yeah.
That's the hardest part of saxophone.
Yeah, I
playing.
used to play sax a long time ago.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
the embouchure
I haven't-
is killing me.
I used to have that string in the lip, but it's gone.
oh yeah,
Mm.
I played an alto sax. Yeah,
Oh, there you go.
Wow. Look at you guys.
yeah. I think I still have a bit of the like you say the cut the
Mm.
whatever.
Yeah.
I used to make this crazy clicking sound. I would like grab my lip and I could like move my lip just right, and it would click because of that
Mm.
indention that
Wow.
had been there for so long. I could like make this wild clicking that used to drive people nuts.
Yeah. Do you still have a
I-
sax, Justin?
No, I don't.
Or
I wish I did.
That's cool. I hate to say it, gentlemen. I got to step off and go do my exercises
Yeah,
for this sciatic nerve problem. Because I got to get back on it in a little bit.
Yeah. Get strong, Don. Great to see you, bro.
Thanks. Just want to pop in and say hi, and great
Yeah.
to talk to you, Justin and Tony.
Yeah.
Always good to see you, Steve.
All right, always good to see you, man.
I-
Keep well.
Bye bye. Thanks.
I found a video. I don't know if you can see it. There's me playing that same e-sax
Oh,
that you
yes, yes, yeah. I remember
Yeah.
that. That was I brought that with me when I was in
Yeah.
I was in the States. But so yes, I have it. It may come back out again. I'm doing open mics with percussion, accompanying percussions, and so I'm being inspired by musicians. And actually, there's a few saxophonists in the group, that or the group of people that sort of I bump into. So I may be inspired to. I don't know if I'll ever play the sax. I'd rather learn the e-sax, I think, because it's a different kind of sound to accompany somebody rather than me being a hardcore saxophonist. I don't think I've got the chops for it. I'd love to think I have. I've got a physical sax under my table right now, but
Oh, really?
yeah,
Is it an alto or a tenor? Or?
alto, it's an alto.
Alto, yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Nice.
yeah. But it's too noisy. I've got
Oh,
a noise
yeah.
limiter.
Yeah, I was gonna say I used to I lived in an apartment when I was playing in high school, and I would have to put like a towel or a Nerf ball or whatever inside the bell.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's a thing that you can just take the mouthpiece off and put a like a column on the
Mm.
back of it, and you just play the mouthpiece or play the neck.
Yeah. Interesting.
Just to get the embouchure, because you can play an octave, you can play the scale in the mouthpiece if you're really good, I guess.
Oh, wow.
I mean, the good ones do. They can actually scale.
I can see bending like half a pitch, maybe a whole pitch. I don't know about a whole scale.
All right, yeah. Yeah, I think it's people who can
All right.
move it.
I know with the trumpet or with a brass instrument for sure, but I don't know
Yeah.
about with a woodwind.
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, maybe you're right. Maybe I don't know. I never.
Oh.
I mean, I was good to get half a pitch. Difference.
But yeah, I can't hold a good note through the reed. It's just
Oh yeah,
it does me in.
takes practice.
Yes, it does. But yeah, so the open mic stuff's good though. I'm enjoying that.
With
And
the
it
drumming,
feels the same way as the dancing. You get yourself out the way of being socially awkward doing something, and then you realize people are okay with you not knowing your stuff yet.
Yeah.
And then you keep doing it, and then you sort of get better that way, rather than think you have to be a certain level before you go out the door.
Mm.
And again, that's a metaphor for lots of stuff as well.
Yeah. Very well transferable for sure.
Yeah, for sure. So how's things with you guys?
I'm going on vacation. Not over there, unfortunately, but
got a passport.
I'm not even going international. I'm going to. I don't know if I want to say.
All right.
I'm going to one of the 50 states. It may or may not be adjoined.
Okay. Very nice. Very nice. You're not going
to the 51st.
You're not going to the 51st state then.
No. No. I have an aversion to that area for whatever reason.
All right.
I don't know. Although the last time we were up near Glacier National Park, we went like that close to the border, but I didn't have my passport at the time, so we couldn't cross. We just went and saw the little stand and turned around and went back. That's the closest I've ever been to Canada.
Yeah. That's cool. So you have your passport now?
Correct.
Oh, fantastic. Oh,
yeah.
Good. I can check that box.
Yeah.
Right.
We got it.
One is Experts Live UK.
I wish I could. I might know somebody, that's part of that group.
Yeah. I'm going to see if I can get down there.
That'd be cool.
It's a schlep for me, but depending on where it drops in the week and what I'm doing, I would love to go down for that. I'd pay good money to go see Jeff.
Yeah, he's presenting at the big one in the Netherlands next month.
Cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
He's a big boy. He's doing stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shaking his leg, dancing.
Yeah.
Sorry,
I don't know
Tony.
about
Talking about a colleague of ours in the system center space. He's a mutual colleague of ours who's in the UK. He's in the south, out of Southampton, right?
Yeah.
So holidays. How long you going away for?
Like 11 days. We'll be there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice. Road trip or flight?
Flight.
Okay, cool.
Where we're going, there are no roads.
Uh-huh. So what's a holiday for you? What's your day going to be?
What do you mean? Like, what am I going to do during the day?
Yeah, I mean, what's
vacation look like to you?
Yeah.
So typically, Tony, the last 3 of the last 4 years, we've gone to on a road trip to the national parks, Rocky Mountain National Park in Colorado, Grand Teton in Wyoming, and Glacier in Montana. It's about 1,200 miles round, one way actually, from where we live to get up to Glacier, and do lots of hiking and that sort of thing. But we're gone about 2 weeks, and it feels like we're driving. We camp, which we will camp for 2 or 3 days in one spot and then move on, and that it just feels very rushed and very just go because even while we're there for the 2 or 3 days, it's like we've got to go see this, got to go do that hike, this that site, whatever to go see. So very kind of fast paced and just very rushed feeling, and I think I like a more relaxed so we're going to one spot, we'll do some moving around, we'll be fairly constrained, but we'll do some moving around and just hanging out on the beach and just very relaxed. That's what I'm hoping for.
Beautiful. You're going to get your steps in though.
Oh yeah.
Beach steps. Lovely.
Yes. They count double, right? Because when you shift in the sand, it's like,
Oh,
I'm just
yeah.
kidding. I'm just kidding. Yeah. I hope that, like I said, lot more relaxation than normal. I mean, it's good to go hiking and so, we love that too. But yeah, just not going so much, just more time to kind of relax is the hope.
What's a holiday like for you, Tony? I mean,
I don't know. I think I agree. It's always a trade-off. Like if you do a city break, you kind of great. Oh, I'm off. You get somewhere, and then you've got 100 things to see, and then you get back, and it's Monday, and you're like, oh my god.
Yeah.
It's not reinvigorated. That's like none of the laundries happen, none of the shopping's happen. So you're into 2 or 3 days of takeaways and just catching up and just struggling to get through your week, and then the next week you just lie there the whole weekend just because you had a city break. So I kind of I kind of agree. I like going somewhere that you can use as a base and have a few days, go off, do a thing, a few days, something else, that kind of. Because like if it's somewhere new, it takes a bit of getting familiar where the good restaurants, where where good spots are and stuff. So yeah, beach sounds good to me right now.
Hello, we got good weather here. I gotta say, I'm loving Lancaster this last week. We've had really nice weather, mid-20s. So
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
it's hard to know how to break out of. I've been doing a thing. The 25-minute thing I can't pronounce, the Pomodoro.
Yeah.
I've been doing it with a bit of
Tomato
Dice
timer.
Man. So I got my dice here.
Okay.
So 25 minutes. It's got a spreadsheet with 36 things in it. Roll the first dice to say how many dice. Roll it again, and then you pick a thing and you have to do it. So it's been, I only done it one day, but it's been quite interesting because it's got me away from my hardcore procrastinates. If you've got a list, like if you look about 3 years, you've got the same things. Like there's like 3 things that have they've transcended the year that they were in, and then eventually you just cross them out. Well, or you do them. So it was interesting. It really was a great day. I haven't done it since, oddly, but it was strange that if you avoid the thing that you really don't want to do by doing something else, you don't reward yourself then with doing something nice, because I can't do something nice because I haven't done the bad thing. So you never do anything nice either. That's with me anyway. So like I've done a whole bunch of things. I contacted friends that I've been meaning to contact for 6 months. The first thing that rolled up was catch a few rays. So I walked to the park, bought some coffees, caught some rays on the way there. And then in the middle of the day, cold shower. No.
Get out of town.
Well, I'm all dressed. What's going on here? cold shower 3 minutes, felt brilliant, got loads done, powered right through to 8 o'clock. You know, so it's a weird one. It's worth consideration anyway.
Is this list that you've come up with, or is it like a fixed list?
No, it's a list of all kinds of stuff. So it's like things that I really didn't want to do. I've worked about 3 of them I've done now already. So even though I didn't do it, I kind of got closer to those things, and I threw the dice, and like that, it was stuck on that. So you know, I have to come back and do that. So yeah, so it's just an interesting way of you know, because you're doing it with the 25-minute thing as well. The idea is that you do 25-minute of it even if you don't finish.
Okay.
And then you break off, but of course you don't break off because you just want to get it over the line. Or,
Done with. Yeah.
but even if you just start it, it's so much easier to come back to.
Yes.
So that's my fun and games for £4. I've got myself.
Let me get the understanding. The Pomodoro 25-minute segment, brilliant. You know, do something, even if it's hard, for 25 minutes, and it's, you know, stop at the 25 minutes or continue till you finish, or find a natural break. There's a pressure.
Well, the breaks come baked in with the program. So you do 25 minutes, then you do 5-minute rest, then you do 25 minutes, then I think it's a 10-minute rest. Right. But yeah, it's good that it enforces that too, because you actually kind of, you know, like by like actually resting, you kind of realize the solution.
Yeah. Things just because you stop doing the thing doesn't mean you've stopped thinking about it.
Yeah, even if you just sat, you know, just doing nothing, or you're making a coffee or something, and it's good. But yeah, honestly, to me, getting the randomness, I think, is quite good, because it's a bit like a different mode rather than like the other day.
You made the list.
It worked on an IT thing.
Oh. Did you make the list that you're randomizing?
Yeah, so basically,
I've got 36 things.
36 things, but some of them repeat. Like, so I've got like a Google to-do list, you know, task list. So if I haven't got a thing to do, I put Google task list, and I work through that other whole back catalogue of ignored things.
Okay, so let me put in my head. I see you got a sheet, and you got 36 rows with things on each of the rows from 1 to 36.
Just numbered 1 to 36.
Right,
and then so the first dice chooses how many dice you throw. 6 sixes to 36. So you know, if you throw a 1, you throw 1 dice again. If you throw a 2, you throw 2 dices. Die.
Okay.
And then 3, you know, so you kind of know what zone you're going to be in after the first throw.
Okay. First die sets you up into the groups of 6s. The first group of 6, or 2 groups of 6, or
so the list is grouped then by six out of whack.
It could be, but mine isn't. Mine's just random.
It's got to be pretty randomized. Okay.
I think it actually is better that it is totally random.
Yeah.
So like when you clear one off, it gets more random anyway, even if you started organized.
Right. So you walk up to your desk. You got the 36 listed. You throw the first dice. You throw a 4.
Yeah.
And then that means you're going to pick up 4 dice and throw them together.
Yep.
And then you pick up 4 dice. You throw them, and you end up with a total of, because there's lots of options in there.
So I got 10. I got 17.
17. And then you go to number 17. And what is that?
I'd have to go to my list now, which is behind my screen I'm on now, I think, at the moment. But
or you can make one up.
I'll be able to get there somehow. Because I've also hit full screen. So
all right,
I'll move you out of the way. Drum roll in a minute.
There you go.
Number 17
is.
Well, let's catch some rays again.
Oh yeah.
And then you have an agreement with yourself to do what comes up on the list.
Yep. So 25 minutes off, do whatever, back, and then the next thing. But there's like an energy to it, because you're going from one thing to the other. You're not having to think, in a minute I'll get a cup of coffee and I'll get my mindset right to do my accounts. You're just like bang, oh, all right, straight in.
Someone's it's not mine. That must be Tony's get some raise alert or something. That's interesting. That's
And I'm
interesting.
back.
Yeah,
Sorry.
that's interesting because yeah, the random, I guess the randomness of going through a list, because you could write it down in the way you think it, but then the dice determines the order in which you do it, right? Or what you
Yeah,
do.
it's a bit like somebody going, 3, 2, 1, jump kind of thing. You haven't got the option. You're not thinking. You like everything takes much less time, kind of, to get into it.
And the
Sometimes-
25 minutes is a constraint on doing that task,
because it's on the phone or whatever. That you hit go, and then you've got that much time, and then when it finishes, you can add the time that you did, and it will give you more.
or slack on another task, or
Yeah, well, no, it just then you just do the next one, so
right.
it just adds to the
So
time.
will you do a bunch at once, or will you just like do 25 and then go off and you just do your normal daily something else?
Well, you can do either. I mean, as I say, I'm new to this. I only just thought it up, and
Okay.
so yeah, you can, like, in my day, I've got like a one session that I've got to do the dice, but Mondays is typically rush around and solve all the things, whether it be put the bins out or
Right.
do your accounts or whatever it is, cut the grass, buy
Yeah.
an ice cream. But it does, you just think, do that now is just really odd. I'm getting undressed to get showered at lunchtime. It's like, but it worked really well, in terms of keeping the energy and everything going, because it's a mixture of movement and desk, and then it's much more like a pinball machine than an office.
Ah. It's interesting. I mean, like you said, having something on the list that requires you to go undress and take a shower in the middle of, in that 25-minute block, or go and get an ice cream, or get some rays, or walk around the block, or do your taxes, or pay bills.
You do feel different depending on which thing you get, but
yeah. But and then that's interesting in terms of giving yourself over to the process.
Yeah.
To do it. That I think there's power in that. You kind of take yourself out of the mix. You've agreed. You've got this arrangement that says, on this list with these dice, whatever shows up, I'm going to commit to do. And that's powerful. And then there was the other thing that you said in terms of, if you do something that is what you didn't really want to do, it says go buy an ice cream, but you really wanted to do your taxes. And
I think you've got that backwards.
Oh. You did it the other way around. You pitch your taxes, but you really wanted to go get ice cream.
Yeah, exactly.
If you do the taxes, you won't reward yourself for doing the taxes.
Yeah, but it's not kind of rewarding for one for the other. It's like, if you don't do the next thing, then the game's bust. So you never know what's going to come up next, and as long as it's a decent number. But it can be really irritating as well, because you've got your day going on as well, so you've got phone calls and things, and it's just like, no, I'm not going to. I have never washed my car, but I've put wash the car on the list because I've got a whole car cleaning kit that I've never used hardly. If a bird's like been past the car or parked under a tree or something, then I might. But I put clean my car. I've never done that. So that will come up at some point, and I'll have clean the car.
So do you have tasks that you'll do more than once? Like you said, 17 was catch rays. Is that like is that on there more than once? Or
I don't know that yet. Some
Okay.
things I've left on after I've done them, and yeah, I suppose it depends how many things. Some of the things they definitely get cleared off.
Yeah.
They're one-off
One and done.
things.
Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, then I suppose you just do what you do ordinarily. Like whether you're going to go, is your fitness jogging, or is it walking, or is it gym, or whatever. Yeah, you can change one to another as you go. There's no rules, I don't think, other than the only rule really is that if you've put it on and you've thrown and you've dedicated the next 25 minutes to a thing, you have to do it.
Yeah.
Even if you don't do it then, it's the next one you have to do. Anyway, it's been a bit of fun so far. And then I really enjoyed it. I went to work the next day, and then I was like, I'm going to do this thing. And I did my usual day, just sitting here and, arguably it was a good day, but I'm looking forward to getting back on the horse and getting it going again.
Yeah, there's an element of gamification to it, right? It's gamifying, and there's a bit of that sort of that dopamine surprise, right? You don't know what you're going to pull.
Well,
you
and
don't know what you're going to throw.
That's powerful. I mean, that's part. I've heard a lot about. That's part of the allure of gambling. Is that's how people can get sucked down that hole. Is you don't know the reward. You don't know,
Yes.
like, are you going to lose or are you going to win? You don't know, and that that uncertainty is actually very powerful in terms of dopamine, like you said.
Yeah.
I think also, like, I'm just envisaging cleaning the car in 25 minutes. That's going to be quite active, isn't it?
Yeah.
To get it done in 25 minutes, it's not a leave it halfway kind of situation.
Right. Yeah. You have to work out what you can do in 25 minutes and then do.
Well, you got to do the job in a 25-minute way, and then of course, if it stays on the list, it'll get a lot cleaner the second time, I'm imagining.
Yeah.
So
I like it.
I like it too. I'd probably game the system by having 36 really cool things and then one horrible.
I really have cleared off some things that I've literally been on my mind, nagging away at me for a really long time. I had a fantastic chat with a friend of mine that I had been meaning to contact for years. Lots of things that good. Some of them were business things like accounts kind of stuff, but yeah, I feel a lot better with them done. So we set a challenge.
So you're asking, should we set a challenge?
My challenge would be coming up with 36 things for the list. I mean,
that's good, man, because I could have carried on for a lot longer than 36.
Oh man.
Yeah, if you've got some guidelines to share in terms of, like you said, I think part of I'm tempted to game it, to make it. There has to be enough on the list that needs to get done and would really like to do.
Well, and I think that's fairly individual too, because like I think it's a really good system for self-care. If you're, like you said, Tony, you're somebody that doesn't typically take care of yourself, you don't go for walks, you don't, good things that like you need to do, want to do, but you just don't do them for whatever reason. It's good to have like self-care type things on there, but also to-dos that need to get done and you avoid them for whatever reason. I mean, I'm in that camp. Yeah, a good mix of those. I think it's a good idea.
I like it. Are you reaching out to us to?
I don't know. I never thought of it before, but anyway, 6 is that it? 6 die. That's all you need.
A 6 die challenge.
So less than £5. Actually, you have to buy 10, so it's going to allow for some lossage.
Or just buy. If you buy them in a pack.
Yeah, they're quite pleasing.
Getting a guy. Oh, you up for it, Justin? Well,
I think so.
could you? Here's me trying to do it. I guess that there's a thing about physically throwing the dice as opposed to having a random number generator.
I
give you
started
Yeah.
with ChatGPT because they hadn't come yet, and it was actually just as good. But
I
Yeah,
think the
I haven't-
physicality of it. Yeah. I mean, I love the sound effect on this episode. Right, we're getting
they are
we're
nice.
getting the
Yeah.
rattle and the. I like it.
snake eyes.
Yeah.
So he's got a full on crap table in his office.
Love it. Love it. I think I might have 6 die around. So I mean, we used to have a game. There's multiple games where there's multiple dice. I'm pretty sure I've got 6 dice floating around somewhere.
Okay.
I like it.
Do I need one more thing?
Yeah, you have a think quietly and see if it appeals to you. Give it a go. We'll see if anyone's done it by some point in the future.
Yeah.
By next Wednesday.
that's the point in the future. That's on the 36 list.
Yeah.
I
like the idea, Tony, too. You said you have a to-do list that's external to this system, and if you hit that, then you got to go check something off of that list. I like that too.
Yeah, because I got like 7 columns of stuff in there, and then Google
Lord.
to-do list. Things to check out, things that need doing. Just all sorts of stuff. Things that, for instance, I got a listing on a directory, and I paid for it, and I talked to the guy. I said, look, whatever you do, I'm revamping the website. Fine, we'll put it on. Call Sat Get Lost. So they've built a whole page based on the old website, and I paid for it, and it's rubbish. And I just think, well, yeah, I have to reach out to that guy, get them to redo it. How long will that really take? Probably less than 25 minutes, but it's probably been a year.
Yeah. It's one of those things you just put it off. Yeah.
Yeah, it just never gets high enough up the list to take care of, or even cancelling subscriptions and stuff like that. It's like, yeah, it will probably take 25 minutes to clear that thing. That's always. Have I been paying for that for 3 years now?
Yeah.
It's only £5 a month, but
yeah, it's. Where did you find this process, this Pomodoro with the?
No, lots of people talk about that, but it comes from the book The Dice Man, which I think everybody's read the first half and finds it really exciting. And I don't know anybody's actually finished the book.
Oh, right. Because they've gone off and done things.
It's a novel.
Yeah, The Dice Man. It's really good. 50% of it, I'd really give 100%. And the other 50% I don't know about.
Because we've stopped by then.
Makes daily decisions based on the casting of a die.
Oh, throwing them bones.
Just moves it on.
Yeah. It's well.
I'm thinking about a website and a community. I'm thinking, I think 6dicechallenge.com is available. I mean,
we
can do it together.
6 dice.
Start together.
Yeah.
6 dice challenge. Okay, cool. Is
social post hashtag 6dicechallenge.
Yeah. Well, it's.
We'll have to see if it works first.
No, it works. It's what you're doing it. You've already gone outside. You've got ice cream. It's working.
I had a really great day. There's no joke. I can't really see why. You can dip in and dip out of it. So it's not like you got to do it every day. It's not like you got to breathe it.
Well, and I think the interval is going to vary by person as well. I think some people, it'll be good for them to do it on a daily basis, and some people maybe a weekly basis or monthly, whatever. I think I think that can vary.
You can do
it
once
a weekend. You could it could be a weekend thing. Like you said, Justin, getting the 36 things may be one of the belief barriers in terms of finding 36 things. Tony didn't have a problem finding 36. He had stuff. The idea of having a line item that refers to an existing list is a powerful way of sort of linking the two without
Moving
having to
stuff
get
in
all of
the
your
queue.
list onto this 36. And my other thought was the describing the activity. Would the 25-minute constraint determine the activity in the 36? Bearing in mind you don't have to finish, I guess, the task. Washing the car. Would I put washing the car down on a 25-minute slot? I'd be fearful of starting that and not finishing it in 25 minutes. I literally, by the time I get the water.
But you can go over, like you said, right, Tony?
Or maybe just drive to a drive-through.
Yeah, no, that's right. Because I did do it today, and I just got back from the gym this morning, and threw it, and it said running. I was just like, no, I don't think, I don't think so. But I was like, okay, but I haven't been running for ages. I used to run a lot, and then I went okay, and I went on and did a whole thing with ChatGPT about what trainers I want, and I bought a pair of trainers. So, that's my running. That was I counted that as running.
Oh, preparing to run.
Well, I bought a pair of trainers. I literally don't have any. I've got all barefoot shoes, but actually, I need a pair of trainers if I'm gonna actually be running.
Okay, and so you had running on the. That's a good example. You had running on the list without the ability to do the run.
I did think about it. I was like, I could go run now, and I thought about it, and I thought, well, actually, usually when I go run, I run in barefoot shoes. But I actually also need to be able to run on the road and other stuff. Don't have those shoes, so I bought myself. Went through the whole thing with ChatGPT. Used like very minimal drop trainers, and
What'd you get, Brooks?
No, that was highly suggested. What did I get? That's a good point. I'll find it. Order place. What did I get? Recent.
This is
Okay,
this is
so
fascinating. Actually,
Oh, we go.
Fired up.
Here we go. Ordered, arriving by tomorrow. Yes, but what? See, all arriving tomorrow. Yes. Oh, I don't want to change the order. I can't see. What's actually what it is?
Okay.
Sorry.
That's it. Okay. So you can play with the description of the 36 things. You could either prep to do it. In this case, you didn't actually run. You got the shoes ready to run. So
Yeah,
I
must admit that's a bit very close to a cop out. But
I mean, you get to say, yeah, exactly. You get to say.
That was okay. Ultra Men's Olympus 5s.
What's the brand?
Ultra Men's Olympus 5.
All right, never heard.
Which apparently are better than the 6s. The 6s are new. The 5s are better for my purpose.
Right.
Apparently. Anyway, we shall find out.
And then you.
And they're cheaper too.
So if you throw that running number again.
Oh, they got to go on the feet. Yeah.
25.
No, I love running. It wasn't that I didn't want to go running. I love running, but I'm a bit too heavy, and I just been to the gym, so it wasn't really,
Yeah. So you could be, and you're not obliged to do everything on the 36. You could be doing something. Because could you do
I have
something.
that day is the closest to a cop out that I've had.
Yeah.
But actually, kind of made sense.
Right, but could you have something on the 36 that you would be doing anyway?
Yeah, why not? I don't think there's any rules to it. I think it's just whatever you like.
Okay. I'm trying to make. It sounds like I'm making rules to not do it, as opposed to
Facilitate it. We didn't facilitate.
Yeah, I'm trying to
Don't make it harder, Steve.
Don't make it harder, right?
If you've got to do it though, you could put yourself into a lot of trouble because, like, if you put it on a list of, even if you put it on several times, you know, you could end up washing the car and going running and having cold showers or whatever it is you know, trying to hit the thing you want, you know, that you've got to do.
Okay, you keep
That would
missing
be
it.
kind of, you know, prepare for one-to-one thing, and you're up the ladder cleaning the windows. It's going to drive you crazy.
Right. You would.
So I don't think you need to put those things on the list, really. I think it's for things that are not. It's for getting you to clear up things that are things that would be good to do,
Right.
but you don't always get to do.
Okay.
Maybe.
Okay.
I think, Steve, I'm curious, like I said, with the difference between self-care / like to-dos, you know, that need done.
Yeah.
Do you think you're pretty good at self-care activities like that? Like, I mean, not self-care, like, you know, daily stuff, but I mean, like, go get an ice cream, you know, just indulge a little bit. Like, do you think you're good at that kind of stuff?
I'm too good at it.
Yeah. Okay.
I would. I can see my 36 being some of that hard stuff, and I would almost, because it's my game, I would almost set it up to sort of say, this is my. I'd maybe time block dice time, and have.
That would be a thing on your list.
It would be a time block in which I would do the dice game. I wouldn't do the dice game in the hour that I do the drop in.
No.
Right.
So, and it may not work to do the dice game for an entire day. If I've got the day to do it, then I would do it. It may even fall, like you said, it may fall into something you dip in and out of. You pick a day of the week that you do a dice day.
Yeah, or just
pick
a
a
one
weekend
throw,
and do a
one
dice
throw
day.
hour, you know, or two throws an hour.
Or or you go, I'm gonna do a dice morning, I do a dice afternoon. That way I can be more attuned to whatever shows up on the dice, rather than thinking, I'm gonna have to. I could throw, if I do it for the whole day and I throw 24 3 times in the day, and 24 is something I've already done, taken care of, or you know.
Well, I think you want a system too for moving stuff. Like, if it's a one-off, cross it off. Something moves up, you know, move something.
Yeah, that would be better.
Yeah, so that you don't throw. Yeah, you don't. Yeah, if you again, that's if you've covered it in the 25-minute window.
I think I can see too, and of course I'm like data designing this, like for a website. I see you want history, like I said, remove things, but you still want history on the thing that was removed.
Done. Yeah.
But I see also like a category of one-off / leave it on, repeat it, etc. Maybe there's like a third option that I kind of thought of, but I can't remember now.
Yeah.
But like a category, not in category is not the right word, but you know what I'm saying, like a time category, if you will, if it's a one-off or a recurring.
And it may be something that is not necessarily it may not be habit forming. It may just be a seasonal thing. You do it for a season, like a challenge. You do it for a week, a month,
6 days.
6
days, 6 dice challenge.
Oh dear.
36 days, 6 dice challenge.
Of extremities. I mean, you can also just like read a book, you know. And then the thing about that with me is that if I throw read a book, you go up and you pick the book up, you start it. You're having guilt-free time on the thing that you're enjoying, right? Now, for me to get to that decision in an ordinary work day, there's no way I'm going to have any, there's no way I'm going to read a book. I'm just going to sit slogging away at, LinkedIn or whatever the hell it is. I'm not going to get up and read a book for 25 minutes. And if I did, I wouldn't really enjoy it because I'd be like, thinking that I've got to do this I should be doing something else. And I'll be distracted. But, if you get the play, you enjoy the good things and then you just do the bad things without really having any run up. or any, pre-staging. Oh, I've got to get my desk right to do it. I've got to, if you've got to clean a car, actually I know where the stuff to clean a car is, at least I think it is. But you just got to do your best job in 25 minutes, whatever that looks like.
It's dispassionate work. It's the dice chose the job.
Yeah, you just got to do it.
Yeah, man.
It's just the
It's
fact you're on it. You just, it's like you're in a game show, or you watch these game shows with people doing things, and it's just like taking all the precognition part out of these things, because quite often we think way too much about a 50% cleaner car is a cleaner car, right? And I really don't clean cars, so that's why I got a black car.
I was thinking about the whole Shia LaBeouf thing the other day. I don't know if that lands for you guys. Steve, you might have been over here when that Shia LaBeouf video was going around. It was like him just kind of monologue. It was big on YouTube. Okay. And the upshot of the whole thing is he's saying, just do it. Like he's just shouting, just do it over and over. Like if you're thinking about this, or you want to do that or whatever, just do it. Yeah. And I think this has an air of that too.
Let's find out.
Let's find out. Let's find out.
That is t-shirt worthy right there.
Let's find out.
Let's find out. I love that, because that sparks curiosity. Yeah, I love that. Then just do it. Let's find out. Yeah. Okay. Hey, on that note, we've gone hour 20. So I'm gonna call time up here. But let's find out.
Love it.
What's the next step? Before I say,
just do it. Get your dice. Make your list.
All right. So
get your dice. Yeah.
Get your dice, and make
a
list.
list. Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Yeah. Don't do anything other than those two. Well, do what you want, but I guess
don't try and build your Notion board first.
Justin's already coding it right now. It's like, or he's already bought the domain name.
I've got it up. I haven't purchased it yet, but I've got it up. It's ready to go.
I love it. Yeah, let's find out. That is 6 Dice Challenge.
I did drop an image in the chat.
Okay, I'll show it. I'll show it in the body here. That I don't know what it. Where is it?
And there's the Shia LaBeouf video that I referenced.
Oh, okay. You've got a link to the Shia LaBeouf. Okay, it'll show up. It'll show up in the. It'll be in the. It's in the LinkedIn chat. Yeah. It's in the LinkedIn chat. Let me see if I'm going to refresh my LinkedIn chat here. And all right, cool. All right. Best dance exercise, YouTube, watch the channel. Okay, cool. You got a few in there. Very cool. All right, then. So we will definitely.
We'll find out. Let's find out.
Yeah, let's find out. 6 dice. I'm going to order 6 dice off of Amazon. A little plug there, and then get a list of 36 things, or 60 things, and then pick out 36 from it.
Yeah, that's your top 36. Pick out your top 36, and then queue them up.
It won't be my top 36. It'll be 8th. It'll be 36 from.
Yeah, that's fine.
I might even randomize the 36.
Boom.
You can put things on more than once if you want to.
Get ice cream. Get ice cream. Get ice cream.
You want to spread that out in case you throw a different number. You want that to be the first in every 6.
The main thing is have fun with it.
Roll the 6. Let's go get ice cream. Roll the 12. Let's go get ice cream.
Yeah. And then just hide that really bad one thing in the 36 somewhere.
Yeah.
And eventually you'll get it done.
Well, it becomes snake. It's like snake eyes. You make the thing you don't want to do, the hardest probability on 6 dice.
Oh, that'd be interesting too to know what that is. I mean,
Oh, that's true.
The big numbers and the biggest numbers and the smallest numbers are going to have
Yeah.
the least probability.
yeah. So
The middle
6.
numbers are
If you
going
roll
to have
6 dice, yeah, it's not
combinations.
likely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe ChatGPT is
3 and
quite
4,
good at- better at
5.
randomness.
But because you're rolling the first die by itself
Oh yeah,
to,
yeah.
to establish the number of dice that you're throwing,
Yep.
Yeah, that
that
breaks
helps
it
the
down.
probability of the edges. Or it helps the probability of the
Moved
low
off the
numbers.
edges. Yeah.
Yeah,
because-
That's a good
yeah,
point. Yeah, it's
yeah.
not as bad as it might have sounded.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Well, let's find out. Tony, thank you so much. This has been great. This has been great, and that's why I do this one-to-one thing. The drop-in is this is what the cool is about, man. You don't know what's gonna pop up. Thanks.
We don't
Don,
know
for
what Justin
jumping
will
in.
have created by next time.
Yes, well, we could maybe, yeah. Oh, you know what? Maybe next week if we've got our lists together, we'll throw a number, and if we're okay with sharing, we'll share what that number is on our list.
It'll be also I think quite often there's quite a story in like how the sequence actually worked for you over a day. And some of the weird things you end up doing as well. It's fun.
Okay. All right. Cool. Let's find out.
And
Justin,
put something
thank you
really
so much,
scary on the
bro.
list, because if you throw it, you've got to do it. You know that.
Yeah, Tony's gonna be the dice master, the game master right here.
Put one scary thing on there.
At
One
least
scary
one.
thing.
At least one.
Okay.
Yeah, but not dangerous.
Fair enough. Scary but not dangerous. And let's find out. Tony, Justin,
Brilliant.
it's been great. Have a great week, guys. And Will, thanks for jumping in, saying hi. And
Yeah, I was gonna
Don,
mention that. Yeah.
Don, all the best. Get stronger, bro. And we'll catch everyone up. We'll catch up next week. We will touch base on this die challenge next week. See how we're doing.
Awesome.
All right, cool. Have a great day, guys.
Bye, guys.
All right, bye.
Cheers, Justin.